All right, so we recently just had the Canelo versus Liam Smith fight. Brandon, give me your thoughts on that fight and the outcome of that fight. What do you think of it?
Alright, so my goal for that fight personally, bro, it goes like this, man. Liam Smith, this is his first fight in America. I watched it all the way to the seventh round, left the fight. I already knew who was going to win it, man. I knew Canelo was going to win it, but I got to give the kid props. He survived to the ninth round before he officially went down due to a stomach shot. Um, I think Liam's got heart, man. I think he's got skill. And I do believe that, Liam is the truth in boxing now. I do believe that he's gonna excel in boxing, he's gonna succeed. We're gonna see more of him, and I'm hoping we get more fights in America with him because I do believe he can put on one hell of a performance against top elite fighters given the opportunity. Um, Other than that, Canelo, hey man, props to you, man. Congratulations for winning. But now we gotta get on to the main topic, man, which this fight should have happened this year, and it didn't. And it's gotta do if we gotta wait till fall next year for Canelo to go against Triple G, man. I'm sorry, man, that's just way too long for us boxing fans to get the super fight of the year that we want. I believe that fight needs to happen next spring. And honestly, I don't think it's Canelo bitching out against Triple G as much as I want to believe that it's him. I think it all comes down to Oscar De La Hoya. I think he's the reason why this fight hasn't happened. On top of that, man, I don't know if a lot of people remember this, but there was an interview with Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd told Canelo straight up, whatever you do, man, do not fight Triple G. Avoid him as much as you can. For whatever reasons Floyd told him that, I'm not sure. I guess that was a personal conversation between the two guys. But enough is enough, man. Enough of the talk. Enough of the calling out. Let's make this happen. What are your thoughts on that, Jay?
Yeah, I agree. The fight should have happened by now. I do honestly feel deep down inside that I don't think Canelo is I don't think he's not afraid. I think it's more the deal. I totally agree. I think Oscar De La Hoya is a big part of it. But now there's like a lot of back and forth talk between the camps saying that Triple G turned down like a large amount of money. So I mean, to turn down the Canelo fight. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true. I don't know the full details behind the scene. But hey, we're gonna talk about this Triple G and Canelo fight. We're gonna talk Rob. We're gonna talk about that some more. But real quick, give me your thoughts on the Kell Brook versus Golovkin fight that happened not that long ago. What do you think of that fight?
I thought that fight was fair on, man. I thought both guys were very good competitors. And Kell Brook, man, we've seen the videos. We've seen the training that he's done. He trained his ass off for that fight. We all saw it. Kell Brook tried to get in the best preparation he could for that fight. And like I've told many other, whether you're a hardcore boxing fan or casual fan, I really don't care. I've told many people this on numerous times on Facebook, Twitter, you name it, man. Triple G is the real deal. That guy, I don't know if he's got cyber freaking metal in him or something, or if his bones are just that damn dense to the point where he doesn't feel jack shit. But that fight, to me, was one hell of a fight. Taylbrook, I think, gave it everything he had. He got an eye injury in that fight. That's why he was stopped early. We all saw it. We heard from the post interview and everything else. And I believe now is the time. There's no more waiting, no more politics, no more BS. Kell Brook is out of the picture. Liam Smith out of the picture. Let's make this happen. Canelo versus Triple G. Canelo, I give you props, man. We all know, you got embarrassed badly by Mayweather, and we all know it. When Mayweather beats fighters, he changes them, whether for the good or for the bad. He embarrasses you. And somehow, Canelo took that negative, made it to a positive, and he's been doing better ever since, right? We never got the Triple G versus Mayweather fight, and I'm pretty sure we're never going to get it. So I'm not even tripping with that. But the Canelo Triple G fight, it has to happen. It's spring of next year. Let's make the deadline. Let's sign the contract. No more BS, man. Let's get this done.
Man, look, I
You got two of
feel
the best pound for pound fighters, man. Let's do it.
it's gonna happen, man. I say by September, man, because I know Canelo fights in May and September. Golovkin, he pretty much, from what I'm hearing, they're trying to keep him busy, like fighting 3 to 4 times a year. I heard he's gonna fight in November against Danny Jacobs. I think that's a pretty good fight, man. But I don't think Danny Jacobs is gonna last that long. Honestly, I think he's food for Golovkin, man. Honestly, I've seen him. I just think he's food, man. And I've been saying that Triple G was the best middleweight for a long time. Now, but that's not including. Now, I still think he should have fought like Eubanks, Saunders, Quillen, and all these other guys. I mean, he didn't get the Quillen fight, but I think him fighting Danny Jacobs is actually a really good step into really cleaning out this middleweight division. So if he's going to get Jacobs out of the picture in November. He could probably, hopefully, that will land him most likely the Saunders fight. Hopefully, sometime next year, maybe in the spring, and then hopefully land the Canelo. That should be enough ammunition to go in negotiations with Canelo in September, man. But I do feel that the fight is going to happen. I think it's going to happen in September. I don't know. My gut feeling tells me that it's not going to happen in May because I think Oscar De La Hoya will come up with some excuse saying that it's going to be too soon to happen in May, like like how like what shit's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I look at it like this: the fight should already happen because the way how I look at it is, don't let this turn into a Mayweather Pacquiao situation. Now, I don't think this fight will never ever be as big as that fight because that fight, when that fight negotiated on like off and on for like 6 years straight, and those two guys are not on that level of the Mayweather Pacquiao status or that elite kind of level. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they could get there, but it will definitely take way more time. I feel, and if I was looking at it like in Golovkin's or Canelo shoes, if I was them, I would take that fight now because don't wait until because the thing is one of these guys could get beat and then and then the fight is out the not totally out the window, but then you got to wait way much longer for that fight to occur. So I think that fight should have happened now. And if they wanted to, quote unquote, milk and marinate the rematch for more money, I got no problem with that whatsoever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, same here. I have no problem with that either, man. My thing is this, man. I don't know. I wasn't there. You weren't there. We weren't there. What's the word for it? Negotiation between Triple G and Canelo for the contract, saying that Austin De La Hoya is saying, I offer Gennady Golovkin $2 million. Well, maybe $2 million is a little less. Maybe you just go $2 million more. Austin $4 million. Honestly, I think that's a reasonable price for this match.
I heard it was way more than that. I'm talking about like within the $8 to $10 million range around there.
No, man. I actually watched the interview when Oscar De La Hoya said in his interview on YouTube, I offer Gennady Golovkin $2 million and you turn it down. I'm a businessman. And $2 million is enough for you, then hey man, I'll find somebody else to fight Canelo. He really said that in the interview, man.
Oh, okay. Well, I really don't know too much when it comes to all that stuff.
Yeah, the interview actually posted up for all you boxing fans out there that want to watch the video. It's a post-up interview that happened legitimately 15 minutes after the Liam and Canelo fight. Oscar De La Hoya was in the back. Some dude called him, and the interview wasn't about this Triple G fight. I think the video is like 12 minutes long, 10 to 12 minutes long. You guys want to watch it, go ahead, man. But it just goes to show you, man, that, I'm sorry, man, but Oscar De La Hoya, I'm going to call you out for what you are, man. You are the Grinch of boxing. You are the Grinch in this sport, man. You really are.
I agree 100%. And look, and while we're on this topic, too, I don't think that this mega fight really is going to be, I don't think it's going to be a cakewalk for either guy. I think it's pretty damn close to 50-50. If you look at it stylistically, they both fight. The styles are going to cancel each other out because they both fight pretty similar. I mean, they both come forward. They're both flat-footed. One guy's good. One guy's superior at cutting off the ring. They both throw good combinations. They both could go to the body. I mean, both of their defense is a little questionable. Um, when I saw Triple G fight Kell Brook, I saw him a little gas and winded. I remember seeing him gas and winded. I believe it was the second or third round.
Second.
Yeah, I believe the second I saw. I never saw him gas like that ever. You know, in all his fights that I've seen him in. So Kell Brook did kind of start, and we see that Golovkin don't like an uppercut because he took a pretty brutal uppercut from Kell Brook. I believe that fight is pretty damn close to 50-50. Um, who knows what could happen if that fight goes to the scorecards. It's pretty damn close to 50-50. I'm just gonna say I think that fight really boils down to whoever could take the other fighter's punch, and whoever gets hit with like a really hard shot first, whoever could take the most punishment first, I feel is gonna have the slight edge. But Canelo's been improving, man, ever since that Mayweather loss. He's been fighting really good competition,
Oh yeah, dude.
even
Like I
though
said, I told you earlier, and I'll tell everybody this, man. I'm not a Mayweather supporter, but I gotta respect the guy for what he does in the ring. When Mayweather beats you, he embarrasses you. He brings a side of you that you never thought that you had before, and that side is gonna turn for the good, it's gonna turn for the worse, man. And in Canelo's case, it turned for the good, went for the better, and Canelo learned from his mistakes going against Mayweather. And look at him, man. He's been undefeated ever since, man. Can't say that about Victor Ortiz. We can't say that about, Andre Berto. We can't say that about a lot of fighters that Mayweather faced. Hell, look at Madonna, man. I'm not even going to get Madonna started in this topic that much. Madonna's off enjoying that money he made off the Mayweather fight, and that dude's retired, man. He's never coming back to boxing, no matter how bad all you Madonna hardcore fans out there hug him. He's going to tell you straight up, I'm not coming back. I have no reason to come back, and that's just the truth, man. When you face Mayweather, you gotta prepare yourself to be embarrassed when he beats you.
yeah, man. But yeah. With that being said, man, to kind of sum it up, I feel the fight is gonna happen next year by September. I feel at that time the fight is gonna be already built up way too much. It's already gonna draw enough big support because they're already talking about the fight on ESPN First Take, and it's already being demanded by fans now. So, and by that time the fight is already going to be quote unquote already milked enough and marinated enough already at that point. So I feel it's going to happen, man. I'm kind of really concerned about the venue, like where that fight is going to happen at. I don't think that fight should not take place in Texas. Um, I'm kind of cool with New York, Vegas, um, maybe some bad, but anywhere not in Texas, man. Because I kind of want to see like a good neutral venue. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh, I got you, man.
you know what I mean?
Which not one favor.
Right, and where we kind of saw what happened in the Trout fight with Canelo, where a lot of people thought Trout won that fight, but some of the scorecards were way too lopsided. I mean, we saw this also with the Miguel Cotto fight. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, we did, man. But hey, man, like you just talked about New York, I gotta get on topic. I gotta ask you a question, Jay.
Mhm.
Where's my boy Chris Algieri, man? It's like ever since he lost to Errol Spence, man. I don't know if that beating that Errol Spence gave him took his confidence away. I don't know what's going on. I don't know where my boy Chris Algieri is at, man. I don't know if he's all writing cookbooks or if he's all teaching people. I don't know what the hell that dude is doing, man, to be honest with you. But, man, he hasn't fought since that fight. And this year was almost over, man. I was going to throw a name out there, man. I think you and I had this conversation once before. If I had to give Chris Algieri a comeback fight, man, dude, to be honest with you, I even posted it on his Facebook. Chris, you versus Victor Ortiz is a good comeback fight. You beat Victor Ortiz, man, and it shows that you still got it in you to be a boxer. Because dude, from being a B plus boxer to almost becoming an A minus boxer, you're now down to a B minus, bro. If you want to prove that you still have what it takes, man, stop being silent and get yourself out there, man. Start fighting 2-3 fights a year. I don't know what's going on with Chris, man, but I get it. You know, when you lose to somebody, man, depending on how you lose, it can crush you, man. But there's no reason to give up, man. I don't know where my boy is at, man.
Man, Chris Algieri, man, after taking that beating from Errol Spence, man, he might be just taking it easy for a while, man. I don't know what his intentions are. Um, I don't know if he needs to maybe go down a weight class. I don't know if welterweight is really. I think welterweight might be too kind of big for him, man. He might. I think he would be better off maybe going down a weight class. But I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not really too sure, man. But it's kind of hard to get get in the swing of things after a loss like that, man. But man, I wish him nothing but the best, man. I don't know. Who knows? I mean, he may even come back next year, man. I think.
All right, man. Well, on another topic about missing fighters, I got a name. This one guy in particular, man. I'm gonna call him the shit talker of boxing. I'm gonna call him the mouth of the South because he is from South Florida. Uh, where the hell is Keith Thurman at, man?
Man, I wish I could tell you, man. I mean, Keith Thurman, you know, he would have fought earlier this year, but or was it last year? When the car accident was that was last year or this year?
I think the car accident was no, yeah, I
It was
think it was
early this year, right? Yeah.
yeah, it was early this year.
So he was supposed to
Yeah,
he was supposed to fight Sean Porter way earlier this year, and then he got into the car wreck, and then that pushed back the fight way later, and then they finally got the fight done. And then now from what I'm hearing, they're saying that Keith Thurman is only going to this is probably most likely is going to be his only fight this year because I think he had some kind of like injury to his hand or something. So he had to
I didn't
yeah.
hear any about that, man. But from what I'm seeing all over the internet and YouTube, man, Keith Thurman, man, is calling out Danny Garcia for a fight. And honestly, I would love to see that fight before the year is over, man. Danny Garcia versus Keith Thurman could be one hell of a fight right there. And honestly, I think Keith Thurman could possibly have a chance of winning.
Well, see, here's the thing. So Keith Thurman was supposed to be the man. He was supposed his mandatory was I believe the guy's name was David Avanasian. I don't know if I said that right. He beat ultra super old Shane Ass Mosley, so he beat him, and then now he's the mandatory for the WBA for the WBA Super. So I don't know what's going on. That he was supposed to fight. I heard sometime in the fall. And then if he won that, he would be the mandatory for Danny Garcia's WBC strap sometime I want to say even like January, February of early 2017. So I don't know what's going on with as far as Keith Thurman's mandatory. I'm not even sure if this Avanasian guy is going to stick and wait around for that because if Keith Thurman ain't doing shit, he might just move on. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what he's going to do. And then bringing up Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia hasn't done shit since January. And
it's like, what I'm saying, man. Like a fight needs to happen this year for that belt against Danny Garcia, man. And I gotta bring up one other boxer, man. I respect this guy. From the bottom of my heart, I respect this guy, man. He's a tough fighter. His story is a very motivational story. If you're looking for something to motivate you and give you motivation to do something in life, I'm telling you, man, the documentary on Bradley, man. Timothy Bradley is one hell of a fighter. But my man, where the hell are you? You disappeared. You after the Manny Pacquiao fight, you freaking disappeared, man.
All right, so let me chime in on that because it's kind of funny because a lot of these fighters, man, are coming to a crossroad, man. 2017 is going to answer a lot of questions, right? So you got Tim Bradley. The funny thing is, right, he lost to Manny Pacquiao. And the funny thing is, Manny Pacquiao is coming out of retirement to fight Jesse Vargas. And then they already had a press conference. Like, they already had like a face-off and this and that. He already had his opponent named. They got the contract signed. Like he's already here getting ready to fight again, and we don't know where Timothy Bradley is. I'm telling you what, man. From the last I heard, he renewed his contract with Top Rank. So we already know that he's very limited to who he could fight. I don't know who he's going to fight. You know, being with Top Rank, I'm pretty sure he's already fought all the welterweights at Top Rank. Off the ones I could think off the top of my head. I mean, unless I highly doubt that Jesse Vargas is going to beat Manny Pacquiao. If he does, I will give that man all the credit in the world, and I'll be brutally, honestly shocked. Like, I don't think he's going to beat Manny Pacquiao. I mean, I'm just going to, put that up there right now. Jesse Vargas, he's a tough kid, man. He's no joke. But I don't think he's on that level of Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you right now, Timothy Bradley, Danny Garcia, these guys going to come to a crossroad in 2017 because, after a while, if you're inside of a maze, you can only go left and right for so long before you hit a dead end. And I'm telling you right now because Danny Garcia, him only fighting 2 times a year lately, fighting weak competition, I'm telling you, it's going to turn around and it's going to bite him in the ass. Because you were supposed to fight Andre Berto, which is not even really that great of a fight to begin with. Stylistically, it's a good fight. The styles are going to clash, and it's going to be some fireworks. But that's not really helping you legacy wise, unless I'm telling you, like, look, check this out. So next year, man, it's really going to be nowhere to turn after that because you're going to have to sooner or later you're going to have to get in there with Sean Porter, Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, and all those guys are some really serious work.
Oh, I know, man. Honestly, dude, I think Errol Spence can beat Danny Garcia. And I think Keith Thurman can beat Danny Garcia. Sean Porter, I'm damn sure will definitely give a run for Danny Garcia's money, man. And you're right, dude. This Andre Berto, Danny Garcia, if this match happens, it's just fireworks and a little bit of smoke. That's all it is, man. I mean, this fight may bring in $1 million top.
No, not even that. No way. I mean, that'll probably be PBC. It won't even be like. I don't think it'll even generate that much money. But what I'm trying to say is, you go from trying to fight Andre Berto. First of all, he turned down the fight with Manny Pacquiao. I don't know if you knew that or not.
No, I had no idea.
He got offered to fight Manny Pacquiao, and he felt like was not getting enough money, so he turned that fight down. And then you in the mix trying to fight Andre Berto, which, I mean, that's not even like a really great fight. It's like a really really mediocre average fight. Like, first of all, a fighter of Danny Garcia's caliber should not even be fighting 2 times a year. He needs to be fighting 3 times, 4 times. You gotta take advantage of your prime, bro. Like, your career is like almost rotting away by fighting. You fought, okay, Paulie Malignaggi coming off a long layoff, and then you fight Robert Guerrero. Okay, now your feet is already wet at that division. So he hasn't done shit since January. We already getting close to an October. He doesn't even have an opponent yet. Like, dude, like, what the fuck are you doing? And then
this is where I gotta cut in on this. That's just all about, man. I've said this, I think, twice now on Facebook talking to people, man. A lot of people, comment on my stuff. A lot of people hit me up on inbox on Facebook. I just mostly casual fans, not hardcore fans, man. They ask, man, why you like downsizing boxers and everything else? Why you like talking down on them? I'm gonna tell you straight up, man. If you're a boxer and you got a hardcore supporting fan base, it is your job to entertain us. It is your job to keep us up to date what's going on, and it's your job to make us appreciate you as a boxer during the year. And I think when a boxer renews a contract, I think you should say that contract. A boxer has to fight at least 3 fights a year. If not, then that contract is terminated and they don't work for whoever they're working for. I think that should be a mandatory thing now in boxing that a boxer should have to fight 3 fights a year, man. Whether you're a champion or you're not a champion.
Yeah, I feel where you're coming from, but see, look, as funny as it sounds, man, I got no problem with Danny Garcia fighting John Molina. As crazy that sounds, only if you're gonna be fighting like 3-4 times a year. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be fighting 2 times a year, fighting Robert Guerrero and then John Molina, that's not even really helping you improve. That's not even really doing anything for your career. Fighting 2 times a year and then you taking like you could have squeezed in a fight in May. How come you couldn't squeeze a fight in May? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I understand that. Like, first of all, I thought it was he. I heard he was offered at least $4 million to fight Manny Pacquiao, and he turned that down.
Dude, 4 million.
4 million. How do you turn that? How do you turn that opportunity like that down, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like that's your that's your opportunity. That's like your golden ticket right there. You know what I'm saying? And I tell you the truth, man. I honestly really do believe he would have had a really good chance. I'm not really too sure if he would have pulled it off against Manny Pacquiao, but he would have had a somewhat of a really damn good chance, man. And I've gone against Danny Garcia numerous times in the past, and he's proved me wrong every single time. I picked Matisse to beat him. I was kind of iffy on the Zab Judah fight. Um, I thought that I thought he lost to Peterson. I thought the Herrera fight could have went either way, but I thought he lost to Peterson. The Herrera fight was close. But you know what, man? It's just funny, man, because like ever since the Matisse fight, it's just like, man, what happened to Danny Garcia, man? Like he had all this buzz, all this hype, man. You were the shit, and then it's just like after that, you start going downhill, man. I just don't get it, man. Like fighting Rod Salka and shit, and yeah, I just don't understand the shit.
I'm gonna throw this out here, man. I think you and I talked about this earlier, man, on hours ago, man. The sad truth about boxing, and this is what cracks me up, man. I told you all before. I said it, about 15 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, in this commentary that we're doing. I'm not a Mayweather supporter, but I do respect what he's done in the ring. It seems like when Mayweather was in boxing and he was still on the show, feeling the spotlight, everything else, all these boxers that are now silent, quiet, all talking all this shit. Hey man, I want to fight you, man. I want to fight you. Let's do this. Before Mayweather leaves, like boxing's gone to shit, man. Nobody wants to fight anybody, and it just cracks me up. I'm like, dude, did Mayweather really have that much of a deep impact in boxing to where, because of him, boxers had more confidence in themselves to be able to do more fights, do this, do that. I'm gonna fight this dude so I get to Floyd Mayweather. I'm gonna fight this dude so I get to Floyd Mayweather. He really had that much of a deep impact on all these fighters, all these boxers that when he left, I'm just gonna sit here and assume that he crushed a lot of boxers' dreams, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it's funny that, yeah, like when he was there, everybody, wanted to fight him, but then when he retires, everybody's quiet. You know what I'm saying? So it just goes to show that everybody's trying to get paid, but they're not really putting the work for it, man. And see, like the funny thing is, man, like 2016, I noticed there's been like so many long layoffs, and not even just like even in the welterweight division, like you saw with Klitschko Fury had like this a weird like issue going on. The rematch is. I mean, the rematch is going to happen in October, but that only means I believe Tyson Fury is only going to fight one time this year. I feel, and I see the same thing with Klitschko. And then you got Luis Ortiz, who's one of the best heavyweights right now. This dude can't get a fight, and he's having like promotional issues. And then you got Peter Quillen taking vacations. You got Amir Khan taking vacations and shit. And I think, man, look, man, 2016.
Amir Khan's name, dude. I'm sorry, bro. Amir Khan, get him out of here already, dude. I'm tired of Amir Khan, man. Just like I'm tired of Robert Guerrero and all these other boxers. Get him out of here, dude.
It's funny, man. Robert Guerrero is fighting more active, man, but he just can't even get a decent win under his belt. Like same thing like Devin Alexander, man. Devin Alexander used to be one of a good up and coming boxer. He was a champ at 140, and I believe he was even a champ at 147 for a little while. And he takes some tough losses, man. He fell off the planet. I mean, the only really good fight we got looking forward to is the Ward Kovalev fight that's going to happen November 19th. And then even
Oh yeah.
and then that's a dynamite fight. But then like the funny thing is like where do we go after that? You know what I'm saying? I mean that's all really going to depend on what whoever wins out of that fight, what they do next after that. You know what I'm saying? Like how many good are they going to have really good title defenses? You know what I'm saying? Because that's where like once like whoever wins that is going to be obviously no doubt number one pound for pound. But I'm really good. I'm really curious to see what they do after that. You know what I'm saying?
Look, man, I'm just gonna lay this out before I let you go, man. I'm just gonna say my piece. The only people that I see right now, and yeah, I know we it may be pushed back to this Canelo Triple G fight. When it comes to the fighters that I love the most, that I love watching because I support them whether they win or they lose, the only high hopes I have right now, man, is really just Sean Porter. I like him. He's not one of my favorites, but I like him. Triple G, that's my boy, top number one. Whether he wins or loses, I'll still support him. Chris Algieri's my boy, even though he's had 3 losses, I still support him. For Timothy Bradley, I know you got a couple losses in your belt, but I still support you, man. I really wish these guys would come out, man. But it seems like the only people that want to put in the effort is Canelo, Triple G, Sean Porter is willing to put an effort, get him to fight whenever he can get a fight. And I hate to say it, man, but that's just the truth.
And don't forget Errol Spence.
Oh, that's right. Errol Spence, the truth, man. That's right. I mean, I'm not on the Errol Spence train, man. I'm not. But I do see that Errol Spence could be the next big thing in boxing. From what I've seen in a lot of interviews, that he does. Seems to be Mayweather's with him a lot during interviews. And I kind of got the feeling that Mayweather is taking Errol Spence to become the new Floyd Mayweather of boxing. And he's taking him underneath his wing. I see that happening, and if that's the case, then I do believe Errol Spence could very well be the next Floyd Mayweather, man. And so let's narrow it down, man. It's Triple G, Canelo, Errol Spence, and Sean Porter. The only ones seem to be putting in work, man.
I can't. Honestly, man, I cannot argue with that one bit, man. I cannot argue with that.
I'm not
Sean
seeing
Porter.
my boy Chris Algieri. I'm not seeing Keith Thurman as my boy. I'm not seeing Timothy Bradley as my boy. I'm not seeing any of those 3 guys. So the only people I have looking forward to is those people I just need off. And I'm not gonna lie, like I said earlier in the beginning of this video, I am on the Liam Smith train because I'm hoping to see some more fights of him with some more elite fighters down the road. And I really have high hopes for this kid, Liam Smith, man. I really do. And it seems like, Liam Smith was the only one that was willing to, other than Triple G, Triple G is trying to call him, it was the only one who was, willing to, hey, you know what? I'll face Canelo, man. I want to make my name known in the United States. I got no problem with that, man. You made your name known. I had no idea who you were, man. I had no info on you, man, until this fight. But you know what? I give him respect, man, because he gave it everything he had until that 9th round, man. Before he got that stomach shot and went down.
Right, I feel you. Hey,
I give him a lot of respect for that fight.
Oh, one last thing too, man. Before we close, whatever happened to Miguel Cotto, man?
Miguel Cotto, man. I don't know why Miguel